My girlfriend shared a post saying, "Real men aren't jealous when their partner has friends of the opposite sex." This came right after I gently asked her why she was messaging another guy at 2 a.m. In response, I commented under her post, "You're completely right." Then I changed my profile picture to one featuring her closest friend. The hypocrisy became clear in just 43 minutes. I'm 26 and we'd been together for roughly 2 years. About 8 months ago, we moved in together and split the rent on a nice apartment. For a while, everything seemed solid, or at least I believed it was, until around 3 weeks ago when I started noticing certain patterns. She had grown quite close to a guy from her yoga class over the previous few months. She insisted he was only a friend. They'd sometimes get smoothies together after class. No big deal, I thought. I'm not overly possessive, and I believe adults in relationships should be free to have friends of any gender. That's just basic maturity. But then the texting became suspicious. It wasn't occasional check-ins anymore. Her phone buzzed constantly. She always kept it face down, would step outside to answer his calls, and would giggle at messages before suddenly going quiet when I entered the room. 3 weeks ago, I woke up around 2 a.m. because the glow from her screen was lighting up our bedroom. She was texting, on a weekday at that hour. "Who are you messaging this late?" I asked, still groggy. She quickly shoved her phone under the pillow. "Just my yoga friend. He's dealing with some personal issues." At 2 a.m., she claimed he had family overseas going through drama and time zones were a factor. It didn't add up, but I was exhausted, so I dropped it. Then it happened again a few nights later. Same routine, 2 a.m., texting under the blanket, assuming I was asleep. The next morning, I brought it up calmly. "Hey, I've noticed you've been texting this guy really late quite often. It's making me a bit uneasy. Can we discuss it?" She instantly became defensive. "Are you kidding me right now? He's only a friend. You're acting so insecure." This is exactly why so many guys struggle. You can't accept that your girlfriend has male friends without turning jealous and controlling. I replied, "I'm not saying you can't have male friends. I'm saying repeated 2 a.m. texting feels odd." She shut it down. "I'm not debating this. You either trust me or you don't." She grabbed her things and left for work. I figured we'd cool off and talk properly later. Instead, that afternoon I opened Instagram and saw she'd shared one of those quote images, black background, white text. "Real men don't get jealous when their woman has male friends. Insecurity is unattractive. Know your worth, ladies." The comments poured in. Her sister wrote, "Preach." A coworker added, "Some guys just can't handle strong women." Her best friend commented, "This is why I'm single, can't deal with fragile egos." She had indirectly called me out to our entire social network without ever addressing my concern directly. I stared at the post for several minutes. The public humiliation stung. Mutual friends, even some coworkers, were seeing this and assuming I was some possessive jerk just for raising a valid question. Then I decided. If she wanted to claim the secure partner high ground, I'd test it. I commented, "You're absolutely right. I apologize for my insecurity. True partners trust fully." She liked my comment, probably thinking she'd won. Next, I did something admittedly petty. Her best friend, the one who'd commented about fragile egos, appeared in many photos from their girls' trip last summer. There was one group shot at a bar where she had her arm around me, both of us laughing. I cropped it to just us two and set it as my new profile picture. No caption, no explanation, just a friendly photo of me and her best friend. Then I waited. Exactly 43 minutes later, my phone exploded. First text from my girlfriend, "What is that profile picture?" Then, "Why is she in it?" Followed by, "Are you trying to make me jealous? This is so immature." And finally, "Take it down now." I sent one reply. "She's just a friend. Real partners don't get jealous, right? I thought insecurity was unattractive." Silence for about 10 minutes. Then she called, something she rarely does since she prefers texting. "This isn't funny," she said immediately. "What's not funny? That picture, why would you use it as your profile? It's just a photo with a friend, like the ones you have with your yoga guy. Since we've established that confident partners don't get jealous over friendships, I figured this wouldn't bother you." "That's totally different." "How?" Long pause. "Because she's my best friend. And he's your yoga friend. Friends are friends, aren't they? You're only doing this to prove a point. It's pathetic. I'm doing exactly what you described as mature behavior, maintaining a friendship without my partner becoming jealous." She hung up. When she got home that evening, the atmosphere was freezing. She dropped her bag, crossed her arms, and demanded, "Take it down." "Why?" "Because it's disrespectful to me." More disrespectful than publicly shaming your boyfriend as insecure without discussing the issue first? That's not the same. Explain the difference. She couldn't. She just fumed about me twisting things and being manipulative. I stayed calm. I think you wanted it both ways, complete freedom to text anyone anytime without questions, while expecting me never to do anything that might trigger your jealousy. That's a double standard. I don't have a double standard. Then why does my innocent profile picture upset you? She's just a friend, nothing hidden. If you trust me, there's no issue. She stormed into the bedroom and slammed the door. I slept on the couch. Update 1: 3 days later, things escalated fast. Instead of talking to me, she rallied everyone we knew. The next morning, I woke to messages from her sister, her mom, and 2 friends, all accusing me of being cruel, emotionally abusive, and devastating her. Real men don't play games? Her sister's long text called my actions sociopathic for using her best friend to hurt her. I replied, "Did she mention why I changed the picture?" Or her public post calling me insecure for questioning late-night texting with another guy. Her sister, "That's none of my business." Me, "But my profile picture is." She left me on read. Her mom, someone who'd always treated me like family, called and said she'd thought I was one of the good ones. But posting pictures with other women to hurt her daughter wasn't right. I explained the full context. The public humiliation, the hidden late-night chats, and how the picture simply mirrored her own stated standards. Silence then. She did mention a post. I'll talk to her. The twist came from her best friend herself. She texted me, "Hey, just so you know, I'm not upset about the picture. Actually, I thought it was pretty funny." She called me freaking out and I had to hold back laughter. Me, "Seriously?" Her, "Yeah, we've all noticed how much she's been texting that yoga guy. She even showed us their chats at brunch recently. They were flirty. Pet names, secret meetup plans. She said she was keeping options open in case things with you fizzled. I told her it was wrong, but she brushed it off. I felt physically ill. She shared more details. My girlfriend had been complaining to the group that I was boring and too settled, and didn't see why she should have to choose between me and exploring something new. When I confronted my girlfriend that evening with this information, she immediately attacked her best friend. "She's lying. She's always been jealous of us and probably wants you for herself. That's why she's fine with the picture." I pointed out the sudden flip from best friend supporting her post to secret saboteur. People reveal who they really are. Yeah, they do. Then she switched tactics, soft voice touching my arm. "Baby, this is spiraling. Let's start fresh. I'll delete my post if you remove the picture. We can move past it. And you'll stop the 2 a.m. texting with him?" Pause. "He's just a friend. I shouldn't have to end friendships for you." "Then I shouldn't have to end mine. The picture stays." She exploded, called me punitive, vindictive, not fighting for the relationship. "If you loved me, you'd trust me and let it go." "I did trust you until you publicly shamed me instead of talking. Trust has to be mutual." She packed a bag and went to her sister's. I slept better that night than I had in weeks. Update 2: 1 week later, she'd been at her sister's for a week, portraying herself as the ultimate victim. She told people I kicked her out. I didn't. She left voluntarily. Word spread so far that my own brother called, concerned I'd become abusive based on workplace gossip. I explained everything. He called her version insane. Mutual friends picked sides. One couple's husband said they couldn't stay neutral, but his wife was supporting my girlfriend and hoped I got help. Then the yoga guy himself DM'd me. "Hey man, just wanted to say nothing's going on. She's told me you're possessive and controlling. Maybe work on your insecurities instead of making her life harder." I replied, "Do you often text taken women at 2 a.m.? He insisted they were just friends. I asked if he'd mind me sharing our chat with his own girlfriend. His profile showed he was in a relationship. He went silent. I messaged his girlfriend, not for revenge, but because she deserved the truth, just as I had wanted it. She thanked me, said she'd had suspicions, and 2 days later his account went private. Word got around that he dropped yoga class. My girlfriend called furious, accusing me of ruining an innocent person's life. I reminded her of her own "friends don't make partners jealous" rule. Her family kept labeling me toxic. Her sister said they were praying for her recovery from emotional abuse. I asked for specific examples of abuse, making her feel bad about herself. I noted that her public post had done the same to me. That's different. Click. Final update: 2 weeks later, the yoga guy's girlfriend discovered he was texting multiple women the same way. She ended it publicly, subtle post about seeing true colors. My girlfriend blamed me for destroying 2 relationships because of ego. I pointed out he'd done the destroying himself. She sent late-night texts. I can't believe you did this to me. You never deserved me. I didn't reply. She tried complaining to our landlord about noise disturbances. There were none. Management dismissed it. I found signs she'd entered the apartment while I was at work. Small items moved. I changed the locks that day. She threatened legal action, but her name wasn't on the lease. She'd never been added officially. She sent her dad instead. He showed up looking stern, but admitted he knew she hadn't handled things well. He hoped we'd reconcile because I'd been good for her. I told him respectfully that the foundation, double standards, and public humiliation wasn't salvageable. He understood and left peacefully. Finally, she came over for a mature talk. She admitted mistakes, said she missed us, wanted to try again. I explained the core issue. She wanted unrestricted freedom while denying me the same. That wasn't equality. She cried, insisted she was sorry, but added, "I didn't think you'd react this strongly. You're usually so chill." Translation: she expected me to accept anything without pushback. She left, collected the rest of her belongings a few days later while I was out, and left a note. "Thanks for nothing." 3 words to sum up 2 years. The apartment felt empty but also peaceful. No more eggshells, no more mood management. I'm doing all right now, focusing on myself, work, and friends I'd neglected. The profile picture is down. It did its job. It highlighted the hypocrisy and forced the conversation we needed. Maybe it was petty, but calm words hadn't worked. She only understood when the same standard was applied to her. Some people think I went too far. Maybe. But a relationship with rules for the but not for me was doomed anyway. She's reportedly still telling people I couldn't handle her independence. Let her. The people who matter know the full story. I'm just glad to be free of the constant second-guessing and to reclaim my own boundaries. Dating isn't on my mind yet. First, I'm rebuilding trust in myself.